the people in power had gave that reign to Diddy, and Jay was next in line. I got a call from one of Diddy's people.
Okay, this is set up.
Yeah. And I didn't say who it was.
Right.
You know, and I just said he wanted to talk to me.
Okay.
And if this person wanted to talk to me,
right,
you know, so it had to be for Diddy, because I never with him.
Gene Deal, former bodyguard for Diddy, has come forward with shocking claims about a woman who was expected to testify against the music mogul, but has since disappeared. According to Deal, this woman didn't vanish on her own. She was allegedly paid off by Diddy himself in a desperate move to control the narrative and suppress potentially damning testimony. The woman in question had been expected to provide key insights into Diddy's past, specifically regarding his alleged abuse and misconduct. Deal described her as someone close to Cassie, Diddy's ex-girlfriend, and a central figure in the ongoing trial. This witness reportedly had first-hand knowledge of the abuse Cassie endured. In fact, she was the person who allegedly helped Cassie escape from one of Diddy's residences after a violent episode. The woman hid Cassie at her own home for several weeks while they tried to raise money and figure out a way to leave Diddy's reach. According to Gene Deal, this same witness had been with Cassie on music video sets and various trips. She claimed she had known Cassie since she was just 16.
I could have just kept my mouth closed.
Period.
I didn't have to tell Miss Wallace nothing.
Dang.
I didn't have to say nothing to nobody. That's what people don't understand. I chose to. You understand? They want to make up the stories they want to make up. And that's what you get this internet. You got a lot of people making up stuff. But then when the stuff come true, they look stupid. They don't say nothing.
The woman also testified that Diddy had been interested in Cassie since her teenage modeling days, raising further questions about the timeline of his control and manipulation. The witness was prepared to testify not only about Diddy's alleged physical abuse toward Cassie, which included black eyes, busted lips, and severe bruising, but also about the employees Diddy used to cover up his actions. She named people like KK, D-Rock, and George as individuals who were frequently sent to clean up after Diddy's violent outbursts and keep victims quiet. However, things took a strange turn. According to Deal, just as this witness was preparing to take the stand, she vanished. And not only did she vanish, but her attitude reportedly flipped. From someone who was ready to speak the truth, she became distant, even posting cryptic messages on social media like, "I'd rather be in Chanel." Deal claims this change of heart came after a substantial payout. He alleges that Diddy gave her a $2 million settlement and provided her with an apartment in Los Angeles, as well as financial support for school. Despite this, federal investigators were reportedly still able to get access to emails and other digital communications between the witness and her attorney, proving that she had previously been in communication with the government. The fact that she allegedly accepted this payoff and then disappeared raises significant concerns. Deal says it's not just about her going off the grid. He believes the federal government could find her if they truly wanted to. He notes, "There's nowhere she can go that the federal government can't find her, not with today's technology." Gene Deal also expressed frustration with how the witness's disappearance was being spun. The defense team is apparently attempting to push for her testimony, hoping she will appear and claim everything was consensual. In Deal's eyes, this is part of a calculated strategy. Bring in a now hostile witness to paint Diddy in a more favorable light, despite her prior cooperation with prosecutors. Deal doesn't hold back in his criticisms, particularly regarding how the justice system is manipulated by wealth and influence. He described the situation as deeply disturbing and suggested that the witness may have been brainwashed into returning to Diddy's side, despite knowing the truth. He also highlighted how common it is for powerful individuals to silence witnesses with money. That's what he does. Pays people off, gives them a nice apartment, a few perks, and they suddenly forget everything. Deal contrasted this woman's sudden silence with the courage of others who have testified against Diddy. He mentioned a makeup artist who took the stand, testifying about the violence she saw and the cover-ups she was privy to. According to Deal, the artist knew Cassie since she was a teenager and recalled seeing her after one of Diddy's alleged with visible bruises and swelling. The makeup artist even said she wanted to call the police, but Cassie begged her not to. There's also mounting concern that other witnesses might follow the same path, choosing silence in exchange for a payout. But Deal believes the prosecution is preparing to counter this. He says they've got emails, financial records, and perhaps even surveillance that connects Diddy to multiple attempts at silencing witnesses. And according to Deal, this isn't over. He claims there are still 6 more weeks of testimony planned and that the prosecution is slowly building its case, connecting the dots between Diddy's businesses and criminal behavior. And he says they're going to keep tying this RICO. They're going to tie it to Combs Global, to Bad Boy, to everything. And when they do, it's all coming down. Deal also addressed the hate being thrown at people like Kid Cudi, who testified about his car being firebombed allegedly by someone connected to Diddy. Deal said he's sick of people calling them snitches for speaking up. Cassie gets brutalized, Gina gets beaten, Kid Cudi gets his car blown up, and people still say, keep your mouth shut. Nah, that's not it. That's not real. That's stupid.
I would wonder if he's white or black. And if I'm looking at any black guys that are A-listers that's bigger than Diddy, there's only one that I could come up with. And there's a few I could come up with. Will Smith. He's bigger than Diddy. I would think Nick Cannon is bigger than Diddy. Who else on the black that are black actors or black in the business that's an A-lister that's bigger than Diddy, that's black? That's hard to think. But then if you got the A-listers.
He ended his statement by saying that the culture of silence around abuse needs to end. We have to stop protecting monsters just because they have money or make good music. As the trial continues to unfold, the question remains, will more paid-off witnesses emerge? And if so, will the prosecution be able to prove that this wasn't just a one-time occurrence, but a pattern of racketeering, coercion, and obstruction of justice? The case against Diddy grows more intense by the day. With each new revelation, it becomes clearer that this is not just about celebrity drama. It's about systemic abuse, manipulation, and a long overdue reckoning for someone who thought money could silence the truth.